In a mining environment, working on and around the water can be a potentially hazardous situation. At the Florida Department of Environmental Protection Mine Safety and Health Training Program, we always include instruction in the proper use of personal protective equipment in all our training. Today, in a continuation of our safety training video series, you will hear from a dredge operator at a sand mine who's alive today because he wore his personal protective equipment.
The incident with the dredge sinking occurred approximately 5 to 5:10 in the morning during a shift change. I was the oncoming dredge operator relieving a man that had been down there all night. As I started to approach the dredge, it was obvious that it was too low in the water and that it was in the process of taking on water. I pulled up with the workboat, tied it off with a 1/4-inch steel cable, and stepped aboard the dredge. A quick assessment of the situation there, I saw that sand and water had been allowed to accumulate throughout the night. And as a result, the dredge became unstable, too low in the water, and was now starting to take on water over the side. The dredge literally dropped from underneath us. We knew at the time that we couldn't save the dredge. I tried to notify somebody on the radio. Didn't even have a chance to finish my transmission. That's how quickly it started to sink. At that time, I had to take about 4 steps from the radio to the workboat, which was ultimately my way to get away from the dredge. And in those 4 steps, the dredge sank, and the boat that I got onto flipped upside down on top of me. We were driven underwater, hit in the head as the boat went down. I was fully clothed, had steel-toe boots on, totally surprised. You didn't have a chance to grab that one big breath before you were submerged. We didn't have any idea that we were going underwater or that we were going to stay underwater for any length of time. My arms were totally just gone. It had been as though you'd been working all day in a hard labor situation. I was out of breath. I couldn't see anything. It was pitch black out there. The only thing that was obvious to us, we could smell gasoline and oil in the water, and we were starting to cover over with that. It was essential that I keep my head above the water, because with the gas and oil out there, if I got it in my eye, I would have been even further disoriented. I was completely fatigued. I could not really save myself. The thing that saved my bacon in this event was the fact that I had on this life vest. Without the vest, I wouldn't be here today. As long as you get into the water in a perfectly controlled environment, like a swimming pool, you're in good shape. You might not need a protective device. However, when you get in and possibly take a hit to the head or inadvertently get in the water, when it's dark, get submerged, disoriented, without that life jacket, you're going to go down. Since I came to Tarmac here in 1987, it's always been company practice to insist upon all the employees wearing personal protective gear, hard hats, life jackets, safety glasses where needed.
The responsible mine operators have been supplying personal protective equipment to their employees for many years, whether it's hard hat, safety glasses, steel cap, safety shoes, work gloves, life vest. They have a policy to provide this to their employees, and they enforce the wearing of this equipment. An employee can put on his personal protective equipment, and he can be assured that that equipment is going to protect him from injuries. Ed Miller is a good example to all of us to follow the procedures, to wear your personal protective equipment, be assured that it's going to protect you when the emergency arises, and that's exactly what happened with Mr. Miller. That's one of the reasons why you have a procedure to wear personal protective equipment, because once you put it on, you don't have to think about it. You know it's going to perform its job, that the equipment's been approved by ANSI, and it's going to protect you from hazards when an emergency arises.
I was completely fatigued. I could not really save myself. The thing that saved my bacon in this event was the fact that I had on this life vest. Without the vest, I wouldn't be here today.